It hasn't been the best week to be an Atlanta United fan, but guys, we get to celebrate a championship this weekend and our first real home match of the season against FC Cincinnati. We preview it for you next.
What's going on, 5-Star fam? I'm AJ, this is Tanner McLeod. Before we get into it, become a member of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button or hop over from Facebook and subscribe. We're hurting as much as you, fam, and there's already another match in tow because the fixtures wait for no one. But yeah, that Monterey match, we will review it in next week's 5-Stripe Weekly. But as for this, we will preview the FC Cincinnati match. And yeah, it's Sunday, it's March 10th, it's at 5 p.m. at the Benz. It's the home opener. Some would argue that we probably should have had it as our first match, but
yeah, well,
that is. But yeah, you know, it is the return of Greg Garza, whether he plays or not. That's up for you know, up for when the coach makes that decision.
I think there's a lot of people, injuries aside, who are really missing Greg Garza right now.
Yeah, for sure.
On
our side.
Yeah, on our side, for sure. I think we definitely talked about, you know, well, he's going to be, his fitness is an issue, but, you know, we have Breck Shea, we have George Bello. I really wish we had a Greg Garza on the left right now, especially if we continue to play the system that we're playing. But he is with a new team. He is with a debutant MLS side in FC Cincinnati, who scored a really good goal and then got hammered by Seattle Sounders. But Seattle showed that they can score. Can Atlanta score?
Yeah, we don't know quite yet. We know we can score at home, at least for one match at home at you know, for Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw. But at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we have been historically pretty dominant and have scored a lot of goals. So yeah, this is a good matchup for us. It's a team that is still getting its bearings, as are we. But in terms of us, yeah, we need a turnaround quick. Because yeah, this is a pretty you know, abysmal form to start off the season for sure.
Well, it's the first time Atlanta United has lost 2 games in a row since their inaugural season. Yeah. So I mean, it's felt like a while since Atlanta has played this poorly over, well, we'll call it as it is, a 4-game stretch, the Herediano fixture at home aside. This is going to be Frank de Boer's first game in charge at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's going to be PT Martinez's first match in the stadium. And this, again, is going to be our first match back since we won and lifted that MLS Cup back in December. So I'm not sure if they're putting up a banner, but there will be some sort of pomp and circumstance before the match. But I think what's important, and we felt a lot of it, is that fans are really unhappy right now. So this is a very big match that we didn't think was going to be that important when the fixture list came out.
Absolutely.
But I think what's really important from the first off is that, guys, at the end of the day, we're celebrating a championship. So we still need to be very happy. And I think it's important to say that even when fans are unhappy, it's sometimes our job to lift the players. So we need to get in there, we need to be rowdy, we need to be proud, and we need to show FC Cincinnati what a real home field atmosphere looks like, and that what they experienced in Seattle last week was child's play. And what we do here in the Benz, that's a whole different story. So it's our job to get behind the team and lift them and push them so that we can do the business against Cincinnati this weekend.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, they're players to watch. They got one of yeah, Portland Timbers' old forwards, not old really, but Fernando Adi is a guy that, yeah, I mean, he's brought on as their number 9, and yeah, he could be someone that could be their danger man for them against us. I mean, especially what kind of side we throw out.
Yeah, he's very good in the air, and that's going to be something that Atlanta has struggled with against so far. So he's actually won the most headers for them. He won 5 aerials against Seattle last week. He's going to be a guy that I can see them getting some crosses into because they aren't the best in terms of building up and playing with the ball. They did well in the beginning against Seattle, but then they kind of fell apart later as the game went along. So I'd expect some balls to him, and set pieces will be a problem as well because another name that we will be familiar with is Kendall Waston.
Yes, Kendall Waston, he's a unit, and
he is a unit.
Definitely. Well, you know, he was with Vancouver Whitecaps at that time, and yeah, he, you know, got sent off in that match. It was a pretty entertaining and funny match to see because he was applauding, I think, LGP, and then he got sent off as the person instead. It was enjoyable. Yeah, very enjoyable. But yes, if he stays in this match, he is a unit as well, and so in the box, we will be, yeah, our hands will be full. And he also is their captain. And so, yeah, I mean, he's a guy who's got experience in the league, of course, and is one of the best defenders. So yeah, we have to figure out how to unlock him for sure. But also, of course, we talked about Greg Garza, the aforementioned, and if he does play, yes, whatever side, you know, in terms of on our right side, whoever plays, that will be interesting. I mean, really at this point, it could be a crapshoot. Are we going to rest or are we going to stick with the same 11? It is just, it's up in the air. But another guy is that Leonardo Bertone, who scored that screamer from outside the box against Seattle Sounders.
You may never heard of him before until last week, but he is very experienced. I mean, this is a Swiss guy. He's played at Young Boys in the Swiss League, and then he scored an absolute banger. I mean, that is an absolute banger for your first ever MLS goal for a franchise, for a player. So this is a guy that I think he clearly has the confidence to take that sort of thing on. So he's something that Atlanta United will have to be very wary of. Right. And with the space we've been leaving at the top of our box, not good.
Yeah, not really, really not good, Bob. But yeah, so the biggest question is, can Atlanta's attack wake up? I mean, at home, yes, we probably have a better chance of this because, yeah, we will have the foothold in the game, probably be able to dominate possession and also get the lion's share of the chances.
We'll definitely dominate possession.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about
of course. But it's what we do with that possession if we play with any sort of verticality and, you know, if we press at all, which is probably just unlikely. We won't be, probably. So, yeah, our chances will have to come from the run of play.
It'll have to come, I think for me, I feel like this is beating a drum over and over again, beating a dead horse. We always talk about how important that first goal is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think it's even more important now with how this team's playing because if you can get an early goal and jump off to a flyer like you did against Herediano in the Benz, it's a different story because FC Cincinnati, I don't think will have the ability to cope with that situation. If they have to open up, I think that will help Atlanta United in this style of play that, you know, Frank de Boer is seeking to impose. If Atlanta United can get that first goal, I think things can open up for them, and they might be able to have a few, and that can be really important lifting the confidence.
Right.
But
on the flip side,
Cincinnati get that first goal, I struggle to see how Atlanta United can break really anyone apart right now. You know,
especially if they bunker in a low block or anything like that, because this identity of this team. Of FC Cincinnati is still up in the air. I mean, you have a Kendall Waston. I mean, yeah, you probably, you sit low and I mean,
take your chances.
Dare the opposition to break you down, and it's probably going to be very tough if they are able to nick a goal. And I mean, or nick a goal first anyway. But it also is interesting what the reception of the fans is going to be like if we concede first. And I mean, I hope that we stay just very supportive of the team at this moment because I mean, however you feel about the manager or the system or any of the players, I mean, it's our job to back them at this moment because it's
still early days. It's still early days, and as frustrating as it is right now, and I think we're all very frustrated because in the short 2 years of this team, Atlanta United fans have become used to winning. There's been a few rough patches here and there, but it's still early. Obviously, I ranted about it in my fan cam. Devin shows his frustration as well. I think we've seen everyone's frustration across social media, but we can't go in there, like I kind of touched on already, and have a negative atmosphere. That will not help the team. That will not help the players. That will not help this cause. That will just make things worse, and it kind of develops a bad reputation for Atlanta United and their fans being super fickle. We're not Chelsea, all right? Let's not do that. We need to support this team, and if they do go down, we need to be as loud and as rowdy as we have ever been to keep pushing them because that's what means something. When you're that passionate and that supportive, that means something to the players. And it better damn well mean something to Frank de Boer because I think the question is are we going to change anything? Are we going to actually change anything? Because 4 games really with one again against Herediano, but against your first game of the season away, bad. 3 away games, you've been bad. But against the 2 teams that have really been on your level in DC United and Monterrey, you were absolutely outplayed. You offered nothing. There was nothing. So will he stick with the same system because it hasn't really worked? Or is he going to tweak some things? Because I think good managers realize when something's not working and they tweak things. He didn't tweak things at Crystal Palace and he got the sack. So, you know,
He didn't
What's
tweak
he gonna
things in match during Monterey either, and so
90th minute subs. That's really gonna do something,
right? And so with that, I mean, you know, it will be interesting to see what type of lineup he first rolls out, and if he makes any substitutions at all that will make an impact. And so we will see. But before we get into that, let's get into the injury report. Yes, Gressel had a little bit of an ankle injury, and it was on Monday in training, and now is questionable for FC Cincinnati. He is hopeful that he can play in this match, but it is unknown at this moment. Kevin Kratz, also kind of unknown, but I think he made the squad against Monterey, so you know, hopefully that persists, and you know, nothing really happened in between that. Of course, Franco Escobar is still a little bit out. I think he's pretty much on his way back already. He's pretty much going to be training at any moment at this point. Yeah, just coming back from that clavicle injury. And George Bello, I mean, you know, it's a knock of some sort. It doesn't seem like it's really that bad.
It's a knock on his confidence or a knock on his physical actual being.
But yeah, hopefully he can come back soon, because yes, I think he's an integral part of our setup as well, because he's an attacking type of left back that or left wing back.
With the performances you've kind of seen from Breck Shea recently, maybe you want to try to bring a George Bello back into the side. This might be useful if you think you're going to have a lot of the ball and you need more of an attacking impetus. This might be a good idea to give him that second shot, because I think he does need it at some point in time. And we desperately need some creativity on the left-hand side.
Indeed. So let's get into our predicted starting 11, and I'll go ahead and start. I think for me, of course, I think Guzan starts between the sticks again. I mean, it'd be a good match for Can, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure if Frank de Boer is really going to change a whole lot. So for me, there's that kind of split mind of the heart and the mind, and I think this is the same thing again. So yeah, I think my mind says that he's pretty much going to go a very unchanged 11 with a few different changes. Just Gressel coming in, and then I think he's going to rest Parkey. So Larry's going to come in. LGP, because, yeah, I mean, you know, he's pretty much, I think, not eligible for the next match because of that yellow. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to play this match because, yeah, well, why wouldn't you? Robinson is in there, of course. I think he's going to play Robinson in the middle of that three-man backline again. Yeah, and I think Ambrose finally gets to play on his left wing-back side.
This is good.
This is better.
This is positive.
Yeah,
this is logical.
Strong foot, you know. But I think Bello, if he is healthy, this would be a great game for him. So it's either or. Nagby and Remedi are the only midfielders I think that can handle this, 5-4-1 or 3-4-3 system that we're playing. And I think a PT Martinez comes in or stays in the lineup. And Carlton comes in for Barco, because I think Barco's played, 3 matches, 90 minutes
He's played pretty much all.
Yeah. So, and then, yeah, you got Joseph Martinez up top, and I think he'll probably come out pretty early. Maybe a Romario or Tito comes in. I do want a Tito to come in here. It's just, I don't know if Frank de Boer is going to really change it. And so if he does change it, then it's a 4-3-3 for me. And yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. But getting into mine, yeah, he's not going to change anything. Literally, I think he's going to run out the exact same 11 that he ran out against Monterey, because he doesn't seem to want to change anything right now. And I'm just going to stick with, he's just going to be stubborn as hell, because that's what he's going to do. And it's going to be 3-4-3 with the same people, because why the hell not?
Yeah.
And I'm going to bang my head against a wall because I don't understand it.
Well, so against Herediano, we were able to impose ourselves early. So I think that's what's important for our tactics, is to really be aggressive, to really take some risks and go forward. And
take risks?
Risks.
What is this risk you speak
of?
I
know, right?
I didn't realize this was something that we did in this system. I didn't realize that that's inferring that the ball is actually passed forwards and not sideways and backwards.
It's true. But it's something that is badly needed on Sunday. And so, you know, maybe some of the players are going to rebel. Maybe
that's not good. That's not good. They don't need to do that. I'm with you though. I really hope we do play a 4-3-3. I want to play a back four. Honestly, I don't care what we play as long as he plays 3 people in the middle of the park. If he plays a 3-man midfield, I will be happy and I will not say anything, because if we're controlling possession, we need a third midfielder to be able to control things outside of the box, to move it quickly, and to be able to have midfield runners going in, because there'll be a defensive base there if they do go. But again, these are things that I'm not really expecting to happen.
Right, exactly. And like I think tweeted out on Wednesday night as well, yeah, we have a lot of players wide, we just don't have any width, and so that's really the main issue, I think, as well. Not only in midfield, but yeah, those numbers out wide, we need some sort of production from them, not to just hold it up and then pass it back. I think we need to, put an impetus in the attack and really get some crosses in there, high, low, something. But yeah, guys, let's get into the odds for this match from Bet365. They have FC Cincinnati at 11-2 to win, and that's at a 15.4%. To draw, it's an 18-5, and that's a 21.7% chance. And Atlanta United to win at a 4-9 odds.
Very heavy favorites.
Very heavy favorite, 69.2%. And that's pretty nice. I mean, that's what you expect from Atlanta United at home. So, you know, that makes sense. So that gets us to our prediction for this match.
I'm gonna go Atlanta United to win, 2-1. I think we'll concede, and I don't know why I think we'll score 2 goals, but I'm trying to be positive, and I just feel that at the end of the day, Joseph Martinez will rage goal himself into scoring at least 1 time to make sure that Atlanta United can get 3 points on the day we lift the championship banner, to kind of get things going the right direction, because they need to win, and they need to win against a quality opposition. And I think that if they can get 1, maybe that can get them heading in the right direction and get them prepped for what's basically a dead rubber of a return leg against Monterey, because I don't know how we overturn a 3-goal deficit, but I feel that Cincinnati, their second match in the league, still too soon for them, I think, to get a win at a big team. So I'm going to go Atlanta United to win, 2-1.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a 3-1 win with PT scoring in front of the home crowd. That'll be pretty nice there. And yeah, I mean, I think once, you know, and if we score first, then it just opens up the game. I think they're not really too worried about, conceding a whole ton of goals or anything like that. I think, you know, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna try to, play some attractive football and try to entertain their fans as well, you know, back home in Cincinnati. So yeah, I mean, I think it opens up for us, and we get that 3-1 trusty home score win. But
the good old 3-1. But guys, get down in the comments below with what you think the formation will be and your score predictions as well, to let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, but guys, that's our match preview. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, smash that like button, and share this video because it really does help us a lot. And for Tanner McLeod, I'm AJ. Thank you guys so much for watching.